example last week of just everybody on the roster taking advantage of the opportunities they got and the minutes they got. Just how good did you feel collectively about the way you opened conference play?
I felt really good. I felt like we had goals coming into conference of progressing as a team defensively, being more efficient on offense. And I feel like the first weekend we did a good job showcasing that. So I'm excited to go into this next weekend and just find more ways for us to improve.
Will it be hard to sustain? Because does seem like you really collectively raised your level quite a bit last weekend. Is it a challenge to sustain, or is that maybe who you really are, and you just kind of got a wake-up call that way?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's definitely a challenge every single day, trying to find ways to get better and just keep that same level of intensity, whether it's in every single drill and practice or every possession in a game. I think definitely with it being Pac-12 play, there's also a heightened sense of urgency, so that helps. So I think both definitely.
How beneficial are those fourth quarters for you in some of the reserves? I think you guys played basically the entire fourth quarter against Utah and Colorado. How much do you learn there, and how much do you kind of gain from those experiences?
It's really beneficial. It's nice to have starters who can give you that momentum and that lead to where you can come in and just play in the fourth quarter, and it's really good experience-wise, just learning how to play against Pac-12 teams and just getting that experience. It's fun.
KG mentioned after the Colorado game too that he's like, we're not going to take the foot off the gas even when we go deeper into our rotation in the fourth, because we're still trying to run the same sets that that the starters are running. How helpful is that to have a coach who is not willing to just kind of run out clock there and actually run through the sets that you might have to see if you're ever called upon in the game later?
It's very helpful. He always says it's not our job to stop us, it's their job. So that's something that I know us reserves all appreciate, because it gives us the same opportunity to come in and compete and have that same sense of urgency that we'll have for the years to come when we do have bigger roles. So that's very helpful.
Are the Arizona games a little extra special for you?
Yeah, they are. Last year I was unable to play because I broke my foot the weekend prior, so I'm really excited because it'll be like the first time everyone in my family besides brother, sister, mom, dad have seen me actually suit up and play in an Oregon uniform, so I'm really excited.
I feel like the minutes you got last week, how close and competitive is it to be that first or second person off the bench? And do you feel like those minutes are chances to show, hey, you belong in that conversation?
Yeah, they definitely are. It's very competitive. Every single day in practice, everyone's just working hard, going at it for those minutes. And I think it's helped the level of practice, too, as compared to last year. There's just a lot more competition in every aspect of practice in the games, and we do a good job. Everyone on the team is super close, so everyone's always supporting one another, so it's exciting.
Is it tough ever to just kind of like stay in the moment of the season, knowing where the program is going next year and how more opportunity to play might be on the horizon?
I think, one thing we always talk about, and Sab mentions a lot, she says be where your feet are. So wherever you're at in the moment, try to take advantage of that moment, because all we have is the time we're at right now. I know it's very cliche to say, but it's true, and we won't get where we want to be if we don't take advantage of what we have right now. So that's definitely something that we've stressed a lot in practice, and every single game, it's every single play. This is an opportunity to prepare you for plays that will come in March or next year, the year after, whatever it is, but you got to take advantage of the time you have right now.
Kelly also talked about how the defense has improved in recent weeks. Have you seen that developing in practice, and what do you attribute that to?
I think a lot of it could be attributed to we had to talk about leadership and just being more attentive and more of a sense of urgency. A lot of that comes from Coach Mark. And I think that's helped a lot, just understanding what's at stake here, and that every single play we can't take plays off, and just really knowing that Pac-12 is around the corner. There's definitely the sense of urgency. That's the best way I could describe it, is that we really need to buckle down, and if we want to achieve the goals we've set out to achieve, we really need to focus and take advantage of every play we have.
That was before last week?
Yes.
Given that this is kind of a homecoming, do you have to kind of maybe guard against the emotion of playing in front of friends and family like that, or do you approach it any differently?
I don't approach it any differently. I know my role, I know what I do, and I'm going to do the same thing I would do if it was a home game. So it'll definitely be more exciting a little bit, that the fact that my family, it's a lot of them, like my grandma's first time seeing me play in an Oregon uniform, so that's really exciting. But I wouldn't say there's a sense of nervousness or anything like that, because they've watched the games, they know what I do. I'm not going to do anything out of the ordinary. It's just I'm going to do what I do, which is my role.
Will everybody go to both games?
A large majority of my family will go to both games. Mostly friends will just go to the ASU one, because that's like 40 minutes from my house, but ASU is about 2 hours. So.
I know you guys are focused on Arizona State right now, but looking at Arizona, a lot of what they ran last year just kind of ran through Ari and how well she played. It seems like this year they're significantly more balanced as a team. What have you just kind of seen out of them now that they're able to kind of provide her a little bit of help?
They're definitely a really good team. Ari definitely runs the ship there, so I think it'll be a good competition. Of course, like you said, we're just focused on ASU right now, but when the time comes to lock in on U of A, she'll definitely be the center of the scout.
Did you consider going to either of those schools?
I talked to them a little bit throughout the process, but I kind of knew I wanted to get out of Arizona, but I definitely talked to them a little bit.